Hello everybody, it's Adelaja here. I'm back to you to talk about reconstructing Nigeria and Nigerians. Well, today I'm going to be talking about the 12-point Kuru Declaration. The 12-point Kuru Declaration. Kuru is a small town in Nigeria near Abuja, where the government, the federal government, led by Obasanjo, met to decide about the values upon which Nigeria should be built after the military regime and with the new democratic dispensation. So one good thing about Obasanjo is that he understood the need for values and that nations are built upon values, and that without values that nations will lose direction, and that Nigeria needed a value system, a set of values upon which the nation is supposed to be built. And then after this declaration, this 12-point Kuru declaration, they started the National Agency for Orientation and Development in Nigeria. But, it's like the agency never really brought this to pass. It's like the agency is just existing and people are getting salaries and going to work. I don't think anybody in Nigeria remembers this 12-point Kuru declaration. I don't think even government officials know about this 12-point Kuru declaration anymore. The document is lying somewhere and the country is just going down the trail, not living by values, not being guided by value system, even though the declarations is not perfect, but at least it has some form of values and some form of direction in it, unlike what we have. But I think I prefer the 12-point and the 20-point values that I came up with. I think there are 20 points, not 12, and I think they are more concrete in the way they are. But here there's a lot of words, a lot of grammar, but I'm going to read the declaration today, just for you to know that these people understood that there is connection between values and development. And this is what I've been trying to communicate to Nigeria. We cannot develop if we don't have values. Until we understand that it is values that bring about national development, we will fail. Thank God Obasanjo understood that, but the government of today doesn't seem to understand that. So let's go to the Kuru Declaration. I'm going to read it. It says, we subscribe to the new national ideology, which is to build a truly great African democratic country, politically united, integrated and stable, economically prosperous, socially organized, with equal opportunity for all and responsibility from all. Well, who is making sure that this comes to pass? Who is working on these points that are made here? Who is working to make Nigeria they could say the government is working to make it a prosperous, stable, socially organized. But who is making Nigeria a socially organized country? We are not organized socially or anyhow. And we don't have equality for all. I don't think anybody is working to make these great words come to pass. Who is working to make equality for all or to bring responsibility to all? Well, let me continue with the reading. With the next point they made there out of the 12 points. So the next point says, to become the catalyst of, that same point. It says, to become the catalyst of Black Renaissance. And so it's a good idea, and making adequate, all-embracing contributions sub-regionally, regionally, and globally. So they had a good idea, they had a good vision, but who is working to bring them to pass? The next point they made is, we adopt the new orientation as an agenda for dealing with immediate and future issues of governance of Nigeria, removing impediment to efficiency and effective implementation and execution of programs initiated by the federal government. But now, the issue is, this agenda was adopted to be the guidance and the guideline and the orientation for Nigerian government, but who even knows about these values? Who even uses them now? The people who thought about them thought that we are going to be using them for the future of Nigeria, but unfortunately, no. So, for the execution of programs initiated by the federal government and expeditious actualization of government objectives and vision of national renewal and reconstruction. So, you see, even these people understood, the people who gathered for Kuru Declaration understood that it is not restructuring that Nigeria needed, but reconstruction. And I agree with them here. So there were some people with right mind in that Obasanjo government, they even understood that it is reconstruction we need. And that is why I started this program, Reconstructing Nigeria and Nigerians, not restructuring Nigeria and Nigerians, but they understood it even then. So the next point they're making is we rededicate ourselves and those who serve under us to the values of patriotism, honesty, hard work. So they have the values. So there are still some people in the government, at least that time, who understood that these are the nation, the same values that I pointed out, 20 of them, they pointed out a few of them here. The values of patriotism, honesty, hard work, diligence, merit, excellence, trustworthiness, personal discipline, tolerance, and mutual respect, justice, fairness, love, care, and compassion. You see, they knew the values. Obasanjo and the people who were around, the politicians of his days, they got it right. But the thing they didn't do is that they didn't bring this, they didn't bring a system to make it, to inculcate this into the lifestyle of every Nigerian and into every government parastatal, to make sure that in every educational institution, every family, every church, that people live and abide by these values. They just declare them, they release them, and they assume that they will come to pass by themselves. But unfortunately, people have even neglected and forgotten them. So they keep on saying, we pledge to ensure corruption, slothfulness, nepotism, indiscipline, bitterness, prejudice, and other manifestos of antisocial behavior. Beautiful stuff. We shall undertake a critical review of practices and procedures in every department of government so as to rapidly increase their productivity and service delivery to the public. We shall foster a culture of efficiency in the management of funds and other resources, maintaining high standards of resource management and reducing waste at all times. Great stuff, great ideas, great inspirations, and great dream. But is there anybody to make sure that is there any organization that is putting the government under check and controlling the actions and the activities of government to make sure that everything is being done in line with these values? I don't think so. And that's what we need. So let's continue what they say. We shall efficiently supervise all government departments and agencies, ensuring timely returns and reports, and undertaking regular spot checks. We shall abide by the terms of the Code of Conduct, which we all have signed, as expression of our commitment to the crusade against corruption, and working closely with all relevant agencies such as the Independent Corruption Practices and other related Offenses Commission, the Code of Conduct Bureau, and the Bureau of Public Complaints Commission. We undertake this to strengthen the partnership in working with the private sector, since, okay, that's another point already. But these are great ideas that they said, well, we shall abide by the terms of the Code of Conduct. Well, who is making sure that happens? And that's what I think that one of the things that Nigeria needs to do is to set up an agency that is going to be just like the EFCC. And the EFCC is a good idea, that EFCC is above the government or independent of the government. So also we should have an agency that is totally independent of the government, not like the Bureau of Orientation now that is under the government. This should be like EFCC that is independent of the government, and what it should be doing is to make sure that the country and all arms of government abide by the commitment that they have taken upon themselves. Otherwise, there is no check and balance. Nobody is checking and controlling the government in general. We should put people there in that agency that they will be controlling the activities of the parliament. They will be controlling the activities of the executive. They will be controlling the activities of the judiciary also, and making sure that all government parastatal and organizations do exactly according to the conduct, to the rule of conduct that they were created for. If we don't have such agencies, we are in trouble, because people are just, government will be coming and going, and they will just be declaring something or the other, and the next government would forget and declare their own. So the next point in that declaration, the Kuru declaration says, we undertake to strengthen the partnership in working with the private sector, since this partnership translates to a better appreciation of the wealth creating capacity of this sector. The need for government, through its various ministries and legislative processes, to create an enabling environment for the sector to function efficiently as the major driver of the economy. We shall strive to strengthen and inculcate the culture of working closely in consultation with the leadership of labor and civil society organization. That's another one. So they want to work together with private sector and with civil society organization. We shall mobilize, involve, and promote the interests of all shareholders, namely the society in general, since in the ultimate, all decisions and actions of government are aimed at promotion of public welfare. But there must be, that's what I mean, there must be an agency that is controlling the government and making sure that the government is actually living according to the promotion of public welfare. So they also say there is also the need for a new attitude that has that welfare permanently in focus as the only goal, and the economic well-being of all citizens under unfettered freedom is of cardinal importance. Yes, but where is the agency that is controlling that this comes to pass? Otherwise, we just talk, we put it in paper, and everybody goes home. And then the government has changed. There is no permanent agency that is making sure that these things are brought to pass. And we shall design strategies and techniques of implementation for the new orientation so as to ensure that the values being inculcated permeate all levels of management and staff. Well, that they have this orientation, National Orientation Agency, but who knows about them? What do they do? You know, so I think the government of Nigeria today should revisit the Kuru Declaration, and revisit this National Orientation Agency, and, you know, reformulate it to be able to bring to pass a lasting effect of these values, to make sure that we have a lasting and an abiding agency that is going to see to it that the efforts of this government and the future government, that the things that they are doing is aimed at the very goal and the very values of our existence as a nation. Well, that is it. Those are all the 12 declarations from Kuru Declaration. And I think it's very clear here that the Obasanjo government understood that there is no development without values, and there is the understanding that values and development are inseparable. But right now, it's like nobody is aware of this. People are living their different lives. We have to do something to rearrange and restructure the country. I mean, reconstruct the country, reconstruct our government, reconstruct the structures of government, so that we will be able to make sure that we are living by values, and not just living by values, that there are agencies that are making sure, seeing to that we're actually abiding by the principles that we have declared to guide us. Well, that's it for today. For the love of God, church, and nation. Peace.